So, it's a typical work afternoon, Christabelle, when a nice young lady comes into the store with her pet snake.
Pet snake. Wow. Oh, welcome to Relax a Cat.
So,
What can I do?
so she's a tall, slender woman with she's got kind of a headscarf on. You can see through the front window large, burly people who have accompanied her here, and she introduced herself as Kessia, a serpentine.
Pleased to meet you.
And she's come to get her pet python Snuggles a bit of a scale and polish.
All right. Well, aren't you adorable, Snuggle?
So I'm assuming you're not turning business away.
No.
Just lock up the rabbits.
Yeah. Thinking.
And she's making small talk. She's asking. She says she's only just heard of this fight on the local grapevine. Have you been here long?
Just a couple of months, but we've made some good progress. We have a lot of dedicated customers, and if I may,
clients. Where's your business sense? Clients.
Oh, really? I've only recently come to Tourmaline too. I've been.
Oh, how did you hear about us?
The family business. We have many information. Where were you before? Perhaps we crossed paths.
Oh well. Yeah, I was born in Hillfolk country. Things aren't going so great there. You know, I wanted to pull up roots and go someplace more stable.
Our business in Smith City has been difficult lately. I've had to leave there too. Perhaps you know a friend of mine from there, a tall lady with white hair. Well, make a roll to see how this answer is going to go.
So many. Oh, do I make a roll?
Depending what you want to say.
Either yes or no. There's a roll for either.
Or to distract him with something else, or to whatever you'd like to do, really. Or just say yes. I don't mind. You don't have to.
I'm sure you don't. Where is the skill for tactfully sidestep cunning? Oh, is that? Oh, just like a straight cunning.
Oh.
There's also lie.
If you were,
if you don't want to directly lie, you just want to sidestep. Then that's
just sort of like. I met so many people. It's hard to keep track of them all.
And busy yourself with the python or something.
Yeah.
What? You could do all those things. We'll just see how.
Do you have a preferred brand of wax for the
scale wax?
Scale wax. Am I rolling?
Yeah, give me a cunning roll.
Cunning roll. I'll take it. There's a superior cunning roll.
Okay, you can easily deflect her from this questioning. Then it sounds like. Actually, let's just check that. Superior, you said.
I have a very innocuous manner.
Indeed, I was the impression people take to Christabelle quite well. She's a nice, good-hearted young lady.
That's right.
Deflected the line of questioning to something more snake-based.
I'm sure these pet shop clients are very easily diverted as soon as you ask about their
Yeah.
pet's little ways.
Right.
Yes, let's cut from that to Grrl in a pitch trap out in the wilds of nowhere. Give me an agility roll to see how you are in. That seems fair after this series of catastrophic.
All right, so I got a great result on the agility check.
Cool. You are hanging on the edge of the pit in somewhere out in the countryside around Tourmaline. Somewhere near one of the locations where you have been harvesting and so
I mean, I guess that, yeah, if I'm hanging there, what I would do is obviously try to kind of make sure I get out of that situation and probably just roll on the ground to see if there's any sound or activity around.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I almost fell into a pit trap out in the wilds, but I made a pretty good agility roll, so I did not. I managed to grab onto the side before plummeting to the bottom.
Where the serpentines had poisoned the stakes.
I'm sure
or maybe they have or pythons at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah. If you helped around the shop for a while, you could say, "Oh, hello, Snuggles."
So you rolled up. I won't make you climb out from hanging on the edge. Fine. You can certainly investigate the pits to see what was waiting for you to do. Well, let's have an alertness roll for, as you said, is there anyone else around?
A great result on the alertness.
Cool. Okay, cool. So no one else seems to be there, but you are. You do notice evidence of other traps in the vicinity. Somebody had it in for you, it would seem. So.
And what is at the bottom? What is at the bottom of the trap?
You have to look quite hard to notice that the bottom of the pit is slowly moving and seething. Countless numbers of small snakes, which I can safely say now I've decided I haven't dropped you into it and poisoned today.
And I'm assuming that this is near the area where I've been collecting some of these herbs. Is that
yes? I think I think you can reasonably assume from those couple of rolls that somebody knows where you've been foraging herbs and that you're cutting in on their sources and their customers just by being friendly to people out in the city, and because they're serpentines who already are ill-disposed towards you, so they are out specifically to get you, it would seem. You certainly get the impression it's not just a random trap been put out to protect this area.
Okay. What time of day is it right now? When this happens?
Question. Let's say this is the afternoon, and it is happening at a similar time to Kezia's visit to relax camp.
All right. I think what I would do, is it possible for me to make it look like the trap had not been sprung? I mean, can I kind of reset it or whatever, like whatever covering or whatever was put on it?
It wasn't terribly sophisticated. It was a covered hole with bits of wood. But if you want to make, by the rules, this is not the right answer. But if you want to make a trap scroll,
I guess that makes sense, actually. That you.
It makes sense, except that the trap skill specifically it's for disarming traps, not for setting up.
Well, that seems a little short-sighted on the author's part. Did he never have players counter trap?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it would be mechanical set trap,
Ooh, good point.
but it's not really a very mechanical trap. It's a trap draw.
It's a trap.
We are splitting
Yeah, split the difference, right?
huge list of skills.
So you want me to roll on the trap skill? Is that
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Yes, to see if you can reset it with a fresh layer of leaves
Okay.
and undergrowth.
I got a inferior result.
Okay, you've absolutely covered the trap back over again. No one could possibly ever notice that it's been set off.
and I think with that, what I think
Free candy. Stand here.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I think I will make my way back into town, making sure that I don't step into any other traps, and if I make my way back to Christabelle, I would relay the curious appearance of traps where I had been foraging for my herbs. And it seems like they weren't there before. Like I mean, they seem relatively new. Yeah.
I don't need to make you make a roll. It's a new. It wasn't there last time you were.
Yeah.
Or you'd have fallen into it then.
Right.
Shining Star. Where would you like to be on this fine autumn afternoon?
I think I shall hunt for some plants.
Ooh, okay.
And is this a wooded area for the round about the Temple of Dana?
Yes. The Temple of Dana is in closer to the center of Tourmaline, but definitely surrounded by wood, parkland. Parkland in the old sense that it's probably used for hunting and has interesting wildlife in it, quite extensive areas. As I say, huge area, sort of city, and but much of it is open space of some sort in the middle. So yeah, we'll call it woodland.
Well, I won't make this too difficult, but there is. I'm going to search for. Tempted by a better berry, but also.
Always nice.
Yeah, if I were going to go and like fight dragons and stuff, a lot of these things would be really useful.
Yes. No one seems keen on fighting dragons for some reason.
I know. I'm interesting. Just to stick with the theme, and although I have no particular use for it that I can imagine, I'm tempted to look for snake root.
Okay. Why not? I'm sure Dana smiles on all sorts, exploring the countryside and finding interesting.
Yes, I do. That's what I'm thinking. Right. Well, it is a passable result, which, and I think I needed a good for that one.
You did need a good for that one.
Oh well. No, I'm just.
So, passable result. You're out wandering in the parkland around the Temple of Dana. Well, that's wasn't it? You don't find what you're looking for. You do, because it wasn't that bad a roll, see other people doing the same thing. And you recognize go? And you see a woman you know.
Right.
Specifically, Midnight Crow, who is an elf who you met in prison.
Oh, wow. All the way back in Smith City. Well. What did Midnight Crow do?
That's a good question. Is that the sort of thing you would have talked about in prison?
Oh, word gets around. Can I have a memory roll?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. With a passable result on my memory roll.
It was she was in prison for possession of some suspicious poisons. There was no evidence that you recall that she was in prison for using them on anybody. But
well, she sounds like exactly the sort of person I ought to avoid under all circumstances. So, still though, here we are at the temple of my goddess and everything.
You haven't seen her in the congregation.
Okay, then. Yeah, you know what? She's a witch. She's bad news. And I am going to evade her.
Okay. So
I'm going to attempt to not be noticed back. Which could be stealth?
It could indeed be stealth. And have a +1 column. You saw her first.
I gotcha. With a 70, with a 14 on stealth, or a 13 on stealth, the 70 gives me a good result.
Okay, cool. You stealthily, elfily disappear into the woodlands. Perhaps she was just aware somebody was there but didn't see you, so she's safely left in your past. Clearly,
that's the yeah, right.